Hey guys, this is the mind of Lilith, and thank you for joining me today as I take a deeper look into the most recent episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, Episode 11. I will not be doing a full episode recap as there are plenty of other content creators who do a wonderful job of this. Instead, I'm going to focus on specific segments of the episode that I believe could be used as teachable moments for myself and the audience. First of all, I would like to thank everybody who joined the community forum. It's free. It's at mindoflilith.com/forum. This is a safe space for everyone to post topics, ask questions, reply to some of my commentary, and, create a collaborative environment where we're actively engaged with helping each other through certain issues or just even answering questions about topics that we're interested in general. So I really appreciate the support you guys have given me over the course of the past 8-9 months now. I'm going to be more responsive on the forum than I am in my emails and my IG because the communication is more streamlined in a forum as opposed to an IG post or an email. So if you guys ask questions in a forum, I will get back to you relatively quickly versus emails where sometimes I don't get to messages until weeks later because they're in my junk folder, I didn't see them, etc., etc. So again, I appreciate you all for the support that you've given me. I am so grateful, honestly, and so just humbled by this experience so far. So now on to this show. First of all, I'm going to start with Tiffany and Melody. I laughed when I found out they were going to Utah, Alabama, instead of Utah, the state. I had this whole visualization of them hopping on a plane, going on a road trip to whatever house that their father was in, whatever. I was like, Utah, Alabama? Oh, Lord. Anyway, Melody and Tiffany looked great in the scene, but Melody was absolutely stunning. I like Tiffany and, Lewis's energy on the show. They provide a healthy balance to the ratchetness that is Miss Wanda and her family. I really enjoy seeing Tiffany talk about something other than who's fucking who's taking money, who's lying on who's betraying. It's a refreshing take on what's happening on the show as opposed to this constant arguing and fights and debates. It's great to see two women come together to try to solve a problem. I think that Melody feels connected to Tiffany in this regard because she didn't have a close relationship with her father either. So it was nice to see them work together for this. And I also love the fact that Tiffany is very casual when it comes to her dress and the way she presents herself. She's not too dolled up or too made up. She's very comfortable in her skin. For whatever reason, there's no issue with that, but she's very comfortable in her skin. And please do not go in the comment section saying that I'm shaming women who wear wigs. As I've said before, I wear wigs myself, and also I wear weaves at times too. But I can appreciate the natural beauty of a woman as well. Melody wears wigs too, and she looked stunning. She looked like a boss. She looked amazing. Amazing. Perfect makeup. The hair was flawless. The outfit, the colors, it was just chef's kiss. Wonderful. Now on to this fake ass storyline with the Scotts. I think that Carlos is trying to shift the plot line of the show. He's trying to now focus more on the Scott family, Miss Wanda and the shenanigans, as opposed to the Holtz and their shenanigans, right? And I don't know if I'm the only one, but I don't believe for one hot second that Tisha and Marceau were either considering giving Miss Wanda $40,000 for her truck or they have $40,000 to give her in the first place. This is absurd. First of all, aren't the Scotts building the Scott Manor still? That costs 6 figures at minimum. Hasn't Tisha been complaining about living in their small house with their 3 kids over the past couple of seasons? Now all of a sudden it's 40 stacks you're going to put towards a woman's food truck before you put down a down payment on a new, more comfortable home for you and your family. Is that what I'm supposed to believe right now? So let's play into this fake ass storyline. Okay. The fake storyline is this. Tisha wants people to think that she has the money to give Miss Wanda for her truck, but she does not want to actually give Miss Wanda the money for her truck. So she's going to play good cop while Marcel plays bad cop. What is good cop? Yeah, I would like to give you the money, but my husband says no. Marcel is playing bad cop. We're not giving you any money. Marcel can handle the verbal abuse from Miss Wanda and her family, right? They know good and goddamn well they don't have $40,000 to give Miss Wanda for no damn food truck. And if this storyline is real, Miss Wanda is very disrespectful to ask her daughter, who has 3 children, to invest $40,000 in a food truck where Miss Wanda has not even invested time, energy, or resources in herself as a chef. Instead of flapping her jaws about Melody and what the fuck Melody is doing with her vagina, what she's doing with her children, what she's doing with her businesses and her husband, Miss Wanda should have taken a culinary arts course or certificate program at a community college for a very low price. I don't know how much it costs in Alabama, but I know in New York, like, it's really cheap to go to a community college and get a culinary arts degree or even a hospitality degree. Miss Wanda didn't even invest the time in doing that. So she wants someone to invest in her more than she's invested in herself. Why didn't she work in black for at least 6-7 months, right? Go to Marcel and say, listen, I'm willing to intern here in the kitchen to help to see how things run while I'm helping the family business to grow, right? Because now it seems like Miss Wanda's family wants to get a piece of the pie from Tisha and Marcel's success, but I don't know if any of them are actually working in their restaurant. So if Miss Wanda was serious, she would have said, listen, I will work at Black for free. I'll intern or at a reduced rate. I'll work here for several months, right? And then in exchange, I would love for you to sponsor or pay for my culinary arts degree program and certification so that I can bring those skills to the restaurant and help improve your business while also building my brand and getting recognition as a chef. Me being big, black, fat, and loud and old does not automatically mean that I know how to cook. A lot of people know how to cook. Then we have the scene with T-Man and was Carlos King trying to set these people up for their own spinoff show? Now, I don't want to say anything that's too disrespectful, but Carlos King is like a puppet master. And to see Tisha's entire family jumping down Marcel's throat just to make a scene, to prove that they're worthy of having a show, to me was very cringeworthy and disrespectful. Okay? These people are acting a goddamn fool for TV. They would not act, hopefully they wouldn't act like this in real life. There's no way in hell. All of them ganged up and was yelling at Marcel in that restaurant. What was he supposed to do in that moment? What was he supposed to say? And they're not concerned about Marcel cheating because T-Man cheated on his wife with this lady he got pregnant. And they're like, oh, how you doing? It's nice to meet you. It's so nice to see you. Blah, 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 blah. What happened to your wife? They don't care about the men cheating in their family. The only reason why this family would be mad at Marcel is because he's pulling the purse strings. He's controlling the money and he's not giving it to them or allowing them to benefit off of him and Tisha's success. That is the only thing they're concerned about. So this fake ass, oh, you cheated on Tisha. All of them have cheated. Miss Wanda has a husband and a boyfriend. They do not care about Marcel cheating. They knew about it. They only care with this fake ass plot line. They only care about Marcel giving them money for their businesses. And as soon as he does that, whatever he does is okay. I have seen situations and I've heard of situations where women were told to put up with abusive, violent men because he's paying all the bills. This is something that's not uncommon in the South. So for them to act like they're so enraged and outraged about Marcel cheating, they knew he was cheating. The old dude with the sunroof afro who was yelling at Marcel, he was, I was like, y'all gonna do this for TV? And like I said, I can't really shame them because Alabama is a very poor state. And if you have a situation where there are a lot of poor people, a lot of them are willing to do things that others won't for the sake of money. We see this all the time on social media. I'm not saying all people who are poor are like this. I grew up poor and I wasn't like this. I wasn't willing to sell my integrity for anything. That's not the point. The problem is that we have too many people in our community that were willing to do anything for a goddamn dollar, okay? So for them to act a fool like this on TV was disrespectful to their family. But Miss Wanda and Tisha did not stop the antics because this was a part of the ploy to get them their own show. Let's sell up the drama. Let's talk about T-Man getting somebody pregnant while he's still married to another woman. And then T-Man had the nerve to say, yeah, as soon as Miss Wanda's food truck gets up and running, we're going to be good. So T-Man is relying on Miss Wanda to ask Tisha for the money to start their business, right? Another Kang relying on their mother to take care of them instead of taking care of himself. I don't know if he's working at Black, but if he's not working at Black, why isn't he working at Black? To earn some money for himself and to help with the family business. If nobody has helped Tisha with the family business since it started, then she shouldn't give them a damn dime. Okay? The only way I would invest in Miss Wanda is if she invested in herself and she had a plan for executing her vision. The first part of her plan would be to learn how to plate food. The second part will be to learn how to not overcook her vegetables. I saw pictures of Miss Wanda's potatoes on Instagram, and them vegetables look like they've been boiled to death. I don't know what she was doing. She overcooked those vegetables. It should be crunchy. They should still have some greenness to them. They shouldn't look warped and wilted with the life sucked out of them. She has to learn how to cook food, not just for people in her household. It's different when you're cooking for a restaurant. You're not allowed to overcook vegetables or overcook meat. So when I saw her plating the food, it was overcooked. I'm sorry. Instead of talking mess about Melody over the past couple of years, Miss Wanda should have learned how to properly plate food for a restaurant setting. At the very least, Miss Wanda should have been interning at Black as an apprentice or whatever to learn the tricks of the trade, to learn how to run a kitchen, to learn the business of culinary arts. Not just relying on the show's fame and popularity to get more customers when you haven't really invested anything into yourself to make yourself a better chef. Khalees went to culinary art school and she has her own line of sauces now, and she grows her own organic food. Khalees could have said, you know what, I'm famous, I'm pretty, I'm rich, let me just put my name on a brand or somebody else's stuff and sell it. No, she went to school to learn the tricks of the trade. She had a natural gift for it. Not to say you only have to go to school to do certain things. That's not true. Some people are naturally gifted. But at the very least, Miss Wanda's plating is horrible. Terrible. I don't know how the food tastes, but the vegetables are overcooked from what I saw. And I cook every single day. Okay? So this fake ass storyline, first of all, I don't think Tisha was going to give Miss Wanda the money in the first place. But she didn't want her family to look at her sideways and say, she acting different now. She acting bougie. In other words, Tisha does not want her family to treat her the way that she treated Melody. Okay? Miss Wanda is acting entitled to Tisha's money the same way Tisha felt entitled to Melody's support and friendship during her divorce. So now that you don't give me what I want, I'm going to turn on you. Just like Tisha's family tried to turn on Marcel. They're trying to treat Marcel like the big bad wolf because he's not giving him any money. They do not care about him cheating on Tisha. All of them cheat. All of them. I am confident enough to say that based on what I saw, all of the men in this family cheat on their wives. And the wives said, well, as long as he's not doing this, it's all good, right? I don't know why T-Man's wife is divorcing him. It must have been something serious, but this is not surprising to me. T-Man seems like the type of guy, in my opinion, who would be using Wanda's food truck and her pseudo-celebrity status to get more girls. I can see Miss Wanda driving that food truck around and T-Man picking up numbers from young, impressionable teenage girls or, girls in their 20s who want to be associated with a man whose mother's on reality TV. So he would use that as game. So if they were to have a show together, right? If the Scott family would have a show with Miss Wanda's family, T-Man ultimately, in my opinion, would not stay with the woman who was pregnant with his child at this time. Okay, he will be cheating on her left and right, using his new money and new celebrity status as the co-owner of a food truck or whatever, or worker in the food truck to solicit young girls who are 18, 19, 20, who are teenagers, who have never seen a man with a job before. He will be using this opportunity to get more girls. That's what I would see in this situation, just off the top, because he seems irresponsible and lazy, waiting for his mother to get money from his sister to help him take care of his business. So Tisha, I wouldn't be surprised if Tisha's putting money in his pocket. Again, for me, the irony in this situation is the fact that Miss Wanda is treating Marceau and Tisha the way that Tisha treated Melody. Entitlements, having their handouts, not appreciating the things that they've already done for the family. I'm sure that Tisha and Marceau have helped out Tisha's family to some extent. I'm sure of it. I wouldn't be surprised. But for them to act a fool like that on TV just to make a scene for the purpose of having a show, no. I would not be comfortable with Carlos exploiting these people's poverty like this. Because they seem like they will do anything and act a fool just to be on TV, which is exactly what Carlos King wants. And I don't want that for them. I don't want to take away their opportunities. I want them to have success. I want them to have financial security in their family to deserve it. I want Miss Wanda to have a successful business that she can hire her son and he can work for himself and, take care of himself and his responsibilities. I do want that. But there are ways of going about things that don't involve sacrificing your integrity. Period. So I'm going to recap this. Number one, Tisha ain't got no goddamn $40,000 to give Miss Wanda. And if she did have it, she wouldn't be giving it to Miss Wanda. She would be investing in another house for her children or the Scott Manor. Not giving Miss Wanda 40 grand. That's a fake storyline. Or if it's real, again, Tisha wants to give the illusion that she has the money to her family without actually having to give the money to her family. So she and Marceau could have had a conversation behind the scenes. Like, listen, I'm going to be the good cop and you'll play the bad cop. If I'm the good cop, my family won't have any ill will or animosity towards me. But if you're not the bad cop, they're going to keep asking both of us for money. So I need you to stand by me and say no to my family. Because if I say no to them, they're going to look at me sideways. And they're going to start hating on me the same way I was hating on Melody. Okay? So I need you, Marceau, to tell these people no so I don't have to. So I look like I still have money, which I really don't. And I get to maintain the respect of the family who is not going to blame me for not helping them out when they think that I could. I want them to think that I have money and that I'm successful because it makes me look good, but I don't want them to think that it's their money too. I don't want them to feel entitled to my money that I've earned from this show. And as I said earlier, Tisha's family should be helping out at Black. I hope that they are. I don't know for sure. But I hope that at least one or two members of Tisha's family are working at the restaurant as waiters, as cooks, as bartenders. I don't know. They're keeping the money in the family that way. If they're not doing that, but they're asking for $40,000 to help out with a business, that is wild disrespectful, which is why I don't believe it. Miss Wanda just wants to promote her business on the show, and she's using this as a storyline. She knows good and goddamn well Marceau was not going to give her $40,000. For what? So at this point, they're trying to build her brand by talking about the food as opposed to actually investing the $40,000 for the truck, which I don't think is a good idea, period. And like I said, for the third time, Tisha wants credit for having money, but she doesn't want her family to feel entitled to any of it. So she's using Marceau to be the bad guy and say, listen, we have money, but I'm not giving you anything. And Tisha's like, yeah, I would want to do it. I'm going to give my mom the money. That's an act. She ain't giving her mom nothing. She wasn't going to give her mom nothing either. Hell no. Talking about some investing $40,000 and the Scott Manor is not even built yet. And they're living in that small house. $40,000 is a nice down payment for a decent house in Huntsville or in Alabama in general. Right? I know they want to build their own manor situation, but that's a nice down payment for a decent house. So they want us to believe that the first order of business is to, invest the $40,000 into Miss Wanda's truck. No. Maybe $4,000 or $5,000, maybe. But that $40,000, they're trying to sell a storyline. And it is what it is. They can do what they want. If they have a spinoff show, I'm not watching it because the Scotts were never that interesting. The only thing that was interesting about them was the fact that they were Martell and Melody's fake friends. That's it. Nobody cares about their storyline otherwise. Martell and Melody made the show. And I'm not saying this because, I support Melody. It's obvious. Like, Melody made the show. So why are we talking about the Scotts now? It's not relevant. They're going to bring in their family members as, supporting cast members if that's what they're trying to do. And it's like, no, don't go. It's going down the drain even further. Where are Tisha's friends? Does Tisha have any other friends besides Melody and Kimmy? Is that why Tisha was so emotionally dependent on Melody to give her the attention that Marcel wasn't giving her? That's unfair and unreasonable in general. But now, it is what it is. Their relationship is over, whatever the case may be. To close this out, I really enjoyed this scene with Tiffany and Melody. They look like siblings, to be honest. Not, maybe half siblings or whatever. They look so cute together. Utah looked hood as hell. It looked abandoned, like it was a ghost town. I doubt that Tiffany's father is still there. I would be surprised if he would even claim Tiffany. Like, a lot of times men do not want to claim the child of a promiscuous woman, period. They feel like it's disrespectful. The woman wasn't too promiscuous to take their penis in the first place, but she's too promiscuous for them to take care of the child that they don't want to claim. And the racial component was a significant aspect of it, but a lot of it also was these men were in heat. They found a loose white woman who was willing to put out for them, and they took advantage. Nothing new. It is what it is. And it's interesting that Melody and Tiffany are both Scorpios who have not had their fathers in their life because the fathers would betray the mother to some extent. And that's why I enjoy the vibe they have together. Like I said, Melody looked amazing. Tiffany looked, like she's coming into her own with the show. I enjoy her storyline that's not involved in the messiness and the drama. She seems to be the type that's like, why are we even talking about petty shit? If you want to talk about petty shit, I'll be petty too. Let me trigger you since you're so easily triggered. But yeah, to me, Tiffany seems to be a lot more emotionally stable than the other women on this show. Not all of them, but the other women who I've accused of looking for an excuse to fight for no reason. Tiffany doesn't seem like she's willing to do that. And so, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys again for listening. Please join the community forum at mindoflilith.com if you want to ask questions about my commentary or just post general questions about just topics that you're interested in. I look forward to reading your comments. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.